I knew that God has gifted me with the gift of healing, I really struggle with the Holy Ghost. In the midst of any service, Mama Apra, ningesikia magoti na niuma. All of a sudden, magoti naanza tu kuniuma kwa ibada tu. Maybe I'm leading worship, because those days I was just a worship leader per se. But katikati ya worship, something just strikes my right knee, and it's so painful. In the midst of that pain, I struggle with it in the worship na maza service na catching. As I go home later in the evening and I begin to pray, the Lord begins to rebuke me, or the Holy Ghost begins to rebuke. Why did you limit me in that service? Why did you not allow me move in that service? And I asked him, what do you mean? You wanted to move. Why? How did I limit you? That signal that I gave you, there was somebody that was in pain on the right knee. I wanted to heal, but you did not call out that problem. Katikati ibada ungesikia tu tumbo imenuma from nowhere. Kumbe kuna mtu hapa anaumwa na tumbo. I need just to speak that thing. But I did not in the initial stages. It took me time to realize that it was the Holy Ghost prompting me to release healing in that dimension. So by the time I began realizing that, it took me time. So one day I was in a meeting somewhere, and one of my friends calls me and anambia, my brother ameanguka kwa bafu na ameenda into coma na tumemkimbisha Medihill. I don't know. In the midst, nasikiza ule mama akiniongelesha. In the spiritual ear, nasikiza roho anasema, mwambie wasimguze paka nifike. And I don't know where the confidence I received. Nikaambia wa mama, mtu asiguze huyo ndugu yako until I arrive in that room. Sako room, private room, mtu asimguze until I arrive in that room. Nikamaliza mkutano kwenye nilikuwa, nikaingia kwa matatu, nikaingia Medihill, nikauliza jina ya huyo mgonjwa, nikaambiwa kule room. Daktari akaniambia huyu hata ni oxygen ako, lakini tunaona tutoe oxygen, huyu ameenda. I went to the sister that called me about the issue of the brother. I told him, what is the issue here? Akasema, he just fell in the bathroom. He was taking a shower, he just fell. Kumkimbisha hapa, amesema ako in a coma, ameenda in a coma. He's not responding. And I told him, your brothers shall not die. But I don't love this hospital. So I want to call him forth. I'm calling him forth from this coma. He will respond, and then transfer him to Aga Khan in Nairobi. They'll do a better job on him. And I went into the room, knelt beside the bed, and I said, Father, bring him back. The sister tulikuwa naye akasikia mkono ndugu yake imemshika grip imerudi. He came back from coma, and they did what they needed to do. They transferred him to Aga Khan. After some 3 days, they told me, you cannot be in Nakuru. Na when ulimuita from the coma, we need you to go to Aga Khan. I traveled to Nairobi to Aga Khan hospital. Nobody was being allowed into that room, Matthew. But the sisters insisted to the doctors, huyu ndo pastor wetu, lazima ingie kwa hiyo room aombe ndugu yetu. I entered the room, I locked myself with the patient alone. I prayed for this person. I prayed in the tongues, and I called him by his name. Kamau, wake up. This is not your place. When the doctors came to visit him, they removed him from the ICU, took him to a general ward. What am I saying? We frustrate the grace of God by our own excuses, forgetting that it is not us, it is the grace at work. So God begins to do things that will build your confidence as you go for the assignment that grace is calling you into. And the man came out. We are speaking today, the man is kicking, he's alive. He's alive. Walking from coma, walking and enjoying life. Bwana asifiwe.